Hello everybody, welcome along to the YAS Marina Circuit. We are here for round number 4, race 3 for the 23-24 season of the Golf Radical Cup. A 45-minute mini Enduro coming your way with a mandatory pit stop. We've got 16 radicals going to take to the grid, and you can see them there forming up on the start-finish grid at the YAS Marina Circuit. We are on the Grand Prix circuit, 5.281 kilometres, 16 turns, 9 left, 7 right in the beautiful SR3 radicals. We have around about 4 different evolutions of this car. The Generation 2 RS, 4 of those. 2 of the RSX, they're the Generation 3. 5 of the XX, which are the Generation 4, and the latest model, the XXR, the fly-by-wire machine. And we have 5 of them on the grid as well, looking resplendent under the lights here at the YAS Marina Circuit. We've already had 2 sprint races, 25 minutes, no pit stops for those races. 1 yesterday and 2 yesterday, and the final round today. The big thing is with this one, there is penalty success for where you finished in the last round, and all the pit stops are 45 seconds, except those who have some success seconds added onto those. And when we go through the grid, we will let you know about that. And the pit stop timing is done from when they pull up in the pit box, when the wheels stop, and then we'll start again. So that's how the pit is controlled. And those who are been more successful have spend a little bit more time in the pits. And there is Alex Beksantov, and he's going to have 50 seconds in the pits, so 45 plus 5. Wheel stopped. Great looking car. Had some great battles in the previous 2 sprint races. Lots of battles up the front end of the grid, all through the pack. 16 of these cars on the track. Now the pit window will open with 28 minutes to go on race elapsed time, and then it will close 9 minutes later at 19 minutes to go, unless we are under safety car, where it will be extended by 5 minutes, because obviously under safety car the lap takes a little bit longer for the cars to get around to the pits. There is the 21 car, Usman McGold for Golf Sport Racing. He's in the brand new XXR. And he is fresh off 2 wins so far this weekend. 2 from 2. Had a blinder of a start yesterday. I had a chat with him in the pits after qualifying. And he said, I can't qualify well, but I race well. I said, yes, you do. He was 4th at the start and was first at the exit of turn 1. There is Perry David, car number 69. Also running out of the Golf Sport Racing stable. The Camaro safety car getting ready to lead these around. Pole position on the left-hand side, 24 car. Greg Gorski, he's been a busy boy today, Greg. He's also raced in the 6 hour as well. He's for Golf Sport Racing. He is in the XXR as well. Unfortunate incident for that car in there. The 33 car, Jack Yang, Valor Racing in the XX model Generation 4 Radical. Different lighting package on those. And hopefully the Camaro doesn't have too much work to do. Julian Monty, the Leighton House car, the RSX. Now, the track temperatures have cooled down quite a bit. We're clearing the grid at the moment to get this race underway. Slight delay, sorry, apologies about that. We had some stuff to clean up from previous races. There's the 22 car, Ibi Hadid from TT Racing. Keeping an eye on the camera. Just testing the pit window open sign on the digital display above the start line. The drivers will get notified of that. Just one car maybe having a bit of an issue back there on the right-hand side of the grid. Everybody's clearing off now. Let's have a look at the starting grid for this race number 3, round 4. And Asina Aguilera is going to start on pole. Jimmy Chu, 16 years old on that front row. Both drivers, unbelievable. Both 16, great racing so far. Car number 1, Alex Bukanstov starting in 3rd position, and Alim Geshev in 4th position, coming out of the TT Racing stable. Then it's Usman Magal, our dual winner all this weekend, starting in 5th position. Perry David in 6th from Golf Sport Racing. Then Greg Gorski from Golf Sport in 7th position. Jack Yang Vala in 8th position. 9th, Julian Money in the Leighton House car. In 10th position, Ibi Hadid from TT Racing. Iga Sorokin in 11th position from Golf Sport Racing. Joel Stroder in 12th from Golf Sport as well. Then Jim Booth from Vala in 13th position. Pascal Bachmann for R2 Race in 14th. Fran Kush in 15th position from Golf Sport Racing. And the Jared Karim in 16th position in the R2 Race entry. That is our 16 cars, and that is how they're going to line up for this race. Safety car just about to get underway. And then the field will get the green light and head around the 5.281 kilometres, 16 turns, 9 left, 7 right. Now the track temperature has cooled down significantly. A little bit of wind out there as the Camaro heads off the line down towards turn 1. Green flag has been raised for the sports cars. It is a rolling start. Pole is, as you look at the vision on the right-hand side, the driver's left. That's the inside line down into turn 1. It's not really the cleanest part of the track. That is up against the pit wall, looking at the left-hand side. There's the number 7 makes their way around, Jared Karim. So they come down through turn 3, through the sweeper at 4, into the first real hard braking zone into the parabolica at 5. Almost well, it's a hairpin. Getting good drive out of here is a really important. Cars weaving over the circuit just to try and get some heat into the tyres. They'll also be braking or riding the brake a little bit, get some temperature into the brakes. These cars weigh about 600 odd kilos, 1.5 litre RPE engine. Now that is an ex-Suzuki Hayabusa engine, around about 260 horsepower in just over 600 kilos. So these are a weapon around here. You'll notice that there's some different driving positions. Some drivers are on the right, some are on the left, and some are in the centre. As you can see, the car just going out of field there. Difficult to pick up the numbers under the lights. The safety car slows down past the support paddock. See all of the start marks there. We've had Formula Regional Middle East and Formula 4 starting from that area as their pit complex is just to the left-hand side. Just completed a couple of their final rounds for the weekend. Busy weekend. 5 different categories of racing happening over the last 2 days. Big thank you to the track staff, the marshals all out there on their posts. They've had some 2 very long days, and they'll be looking forward to an well-earned break at the end of this race. Heading out of turn 9, the new parabolica, and then heading into the marina section through turns 10, 11, and then the right-hander at turn 12, where the safety car is now. 90 degrees there, and this brings you underneath the W Hotel, turn 13 and 14. Off camber, tricky on cold tyres. These are rear-wheel drive cars, paddle shift gearboxes. This is the exit of turn 14. Safety car will slow the field down there. That's where the form-up board is. So everybody's got to get into position before turn 15. We're waiting for the safety car lights to go out, and we'll be underway with 45 minutes of Golf Radical Cup action with a pit stop in there. The safety car has taken out, and it's up to Ian Aguilera, the 16-year-old, to hold the field until the lights go out, and then we will be racing. Coming out of 14 now, into 16. Two 16-year-olds on the front row. They've had some great racing this weekend. Absolute talent here. Young talent in the Radical Golf Sport Cup. Red lights are on. Need two nice straight lines. Race director looking at it. Is he going to be happy to turn the lights out? Lights are out and we're racing. And it was a great move there. Alim Geshev on the outside in the 77. 3 wide into turn 1. Number 1 locks a break up. We've got a little bit of contact going through turn 1. Everybody's through there cleanly now. One car running out wide on the entry to turn number 2. As we pick them up through 3. Down through the kink at 4. Got to watch track limits there. And just keeping an eye on it. It looks like Chu's lost a place. He's dropped back into 3rd from the start. Just keeping an eye on Alex Bekantov, who's the fastest in Sector 1. Car still weaving over the circuit to try and get some tyre temperature. Already going very defensive down into turn 1. Can they make that move stick? And it's Alex Bekantov on the outside of the 27. He's up the inside, lead taken away, but Bekantov takes the lead from Ian Aguilera. Jimmy Chu in 3rd position. Aguilera fighting back at the moment. We've got a train developing there as they head down towards turn 9. You don't want to run too wide out there. Bekantov covers off the inside line. Aguilera goes on the outside, Chu up the inside of him. He's got to make that move stick. He's got to take that way, and Aguilera runs off the circuit. He comes back in. He's going to be alongside of Chu as they go through there. He may have to give that position back. Oh, there's been a tap there. It looks like there was a tap as they came through there. Aguilera still holding on to 2nd. Jimmy Chu in 3rd. We'll give you all of the positions as they come across the start-finish line for the first time. Great racing on the opening lap. Tyres not up to temperature. Ride height not quite right. And it's the number 1 leading the way from the 27. 87 in 3rd, Jimmy Chu. Then it's Alim Geshev in 4th. Usman McGowan in 5th position. Greg Gorski 6th. Perry David 7th. Jack Yang in 8th. Julian Monty in 9th. Ibi Hadid in 10th. Iga Sorokin in 11th. Joel Strider in 12th. Jim Booth in 13th. Pascal Backland in 14th, Frank Kush in 15th, Jared Grimm in 16th. Everybody's starting to settle down now, but the big mover on that one was Alex Bekantov, started in 3rd, already out in the lead. Now him and Jimmy Chu and Ian Aguilera have had great battles this weekend, fighting right down to the very last lap. It looks like that's going to happen all over again as Aguilera now goes up on the outside of Bekantov. He's got to get in there a little bit deeper because Antov's got to turn a little bit tighter. They've got to leave racing room. He still was on the track. They're side by side coming out. And as Aguilera gets that one and chews up the inside of Bekantov as they make their way through. And as Bekantov lost 2 positions in the chicane. He ran in there very deep, being defensive. And it opened up. And Chu now getting a great run out of there. All over the back of Aguilera. Down into turn 9, around the outside. Can he make that move stick? No, he doesn't have enough grip out there just yet in the tyres. And that's put Bekantov back into this battle as well. And Alim Geshev just having a little waiting brief back there. He can see all this going on in front of him. And he's thinking, well, if these guys keep playing like this, they could very well have some issues. And it could put me in the lead of the race. Just 0.4 of a second separated them last time as they went across the line, but we've had positional changes as they make their way around through lap number 2. 41 minutes left to go on the clock. Remember, the pit window will open at 28 to go for 9 minutes. As Ian Aguilera leading from Jimmy Chu. Alex Bekantov back down into 3rd. Alim Geshev in 4th. Big loser in that lap was Perry David. He's dropped down to 11th position. Lots of movement going on in the pack. Jack Yang has moved up. Julian Monty, Iga Sorokin, 7th, 8th and 9th respectively. Looking at Jared Karim at the moment running down there in 16th place. And because Hansov has dropped back a little bit off the back of Jimmy Choo. And he's starting to come under pressure from Alim Geshev in the 77 car. He had a failure. He was leading race number 1 and he had a fuel pump failure coming out of turn 5. And it was Usman Miguel who had to do some very, very quick reactive driving to avoid the back end of his car as he completely lost power when everybody else is stepping on the throttle. Chu getting very racy up behind Ian Aguilera at the moment. And there's a gap behind our 7th place at Jack Yang. Back to Julian Monty, about 3 seconds. Julian Monty's got Iga Sorokin, Ibi Hadid and Perry David for company. Joel Schrader is not too far behind that battle as well. A good mid-pack battle shaping up. Gap last time as they came across the stripe was 0.6 of a second. Let's see what Ian Aguilera has done on this lap, or what Jimmy Choo has put back. It's 0.8. He's pulled out 2/10 on that lap. And they've really dropped Alex Bukhansov. He is around about 1.5 seconds behind this battle at the moment as Perry David moves up into 9th position. Iga Sorokin down into 10th. Joel Strider up into 11th. Ibi Hadid in 12th. So a great battle going on in the mid-pack. Well, the fastest lap so far, 1:57.636 for Ian Aguilera. And on that last lap time, on that first sector of this lap, the fastest first sector, 24.696 for Jimmy Choo. So he's getting the foot down again, losing a little bit of ground on that lap, 2/10 as they make their way down to turn 5. And I can see Alex Bukhansov looking in the mirrors there, just checking out where Alim Geshev is in the 77. And our dual race winner so far, Usman Miguel, hasn't been able to make any ground up. He's the fastest lap is a 59.046. Sorry, a 59.056. So he hasn't been able to drop into the 58s, and our leader was in the 57s. So Usman Miguel's got a lot of work to do in this race, running in his new car this weekend, the XXR, to fly by YAS Radical. And Ian Aguilera just holding that just under a second lead at the moment as they come underneath the W Hotel. Car number 7 and 22 getting their first warning for track limits. And that is Jared Karim and Ibi Hadid. You've got to keep 4 wheels within, well, you've got to keep at least one part of the car within the white lines. Normally turn 16, where we're looking at now, turn 1 and turn 4 is where the issues happen. Ian Aguilera driving away again, another fastest lap, a 57.581. But Jimmy Choo's matching him on that last lap. He had the fastest first and second sector, trying to pull back some of that time, which is almost out to a second now. Hansov has dropped back from this battle, but Alim Geshev is still within a second of him and running in 4th position. This is the battle going on. The 23, Julian Monty, and with the 19 right behind Iga Sorokin. And then behind that, the 99 goes up the inside. That's Joel Strider taking that place from him. That moves Joel Strider up into the top 10. This battle was far from done just yet. Ibi Hadid, 1.8 seconds behind this battle, but if they continue to fight, Ibi's going to be able to get up to this battle as the 23 leads this train. This is 9th, 10th and 11th on the road. Down into the 6-7 chicane. gap between our top two, 0.9 of a second. What's the 99 got up his sleeve? Joel Strider, can he make another move? Down into turn 9, wide line by the 23. Julian Monty taking that line there, so he's over the right-hand side of the road. The 99's right with him. Joel Strider trying to get that place, another place up, coming underneath the hotel. Leader's gone through. 1.6 seconds on that lap. Now the gap between Ian Aguilera and Jimmy Chu. Ian Aguilera has no pit stop penalty, so it'll be a standard 45 seconds for him being stationary in the pits. Jimmy Chu still with 45 seconds as well. So that augurs well for them, because the car behind him, Alex Basantov's a 50-second pit stop. And Alan Geshev in this battle as well. Also just a 45-second pit stop for him. Perry David's going to be the big loser out of the pit stops. He's going to have to take 60 seconds there as the battle continues on. The 23 and the 99. 99 locks up going in to turn number 5. Joel Strider right under the rear wing. Perry David is extending away from them at the moment. Strider goes to the outside. Julian Monty on the inside as they make their way down to the braking zone in turn 6. Who's going to have the brave pills? And it is going to be Joel Strider who's going to get that position back. He runs deep under brakes. He's going to have to get the throttle down early out of there. He manages to do that. Very good driving from Joel Strider, and that's put him up into 9th position in front of Julian Monty. Jimmy Chu going through the picture there, 1.68 seconds behind, but Alan Geshev is closing in on the back of Alex Basanov for 3rd position. That gap now down to just 0.7 of a second. Car 69 getting a track limits warning. That's Perry David. As the 87 makes his way down the start-finish straight. The gap was 1.6. It's 2.4 seconds now. He's absolutely streeting this. He was around about 7/10 of a second quicker on that lap. A 57.425. Is he thinking this is a sprint race? Because his tyres have got to last 45 minutes. And he is absolutely flying at the moment. 16 years old. Doing a fantastic job of the other 16-year-old on the grid, Jimmy Chu. They shared the front row. 32 and a half minutes to go. Pit window, it will open in about 4.5 minutes. You get to choose when you come in, but you must have served your pit stop by the time 9 minutes has elapsed, except if we have a safety car, they'll add another 5 minutes to the pit window. And that pit window is due to close with 19 minutes race time to go. Geshev still in the hunt. Number 77 is 0.9 of a second behind Alex Basanov as they make their way down towards the parabolica at turn 9. Just having a look at their sector times. Geshev was about a 10th quicker in sector 1 and another 10th quicker in sector 2, and I think Alex has got the message from the pits that he needs to put his foot down, because Alan was closing in on him hand over fist on 7/10 on one lap. That's a huge margin in radical racing. Gap between the leaders, 2.458 seconds. Well, the first time for a while that Ian Aguilera hasn't set the quickest lap. Only 2/10 off his best. 2.5 seconds the gap. Then another 3.5 back to Alex Basanov. And then Alan Geshev, 1 second behind him. Usman Magal in 5th position puts in his fastest lap of the race, a 58.921. Greg Gorski is 1 second behind him in 6th position. Very busy boy today, running in the Hancock 6 hours of Abu Dhabi as well. Jack Yang has put in his fastest race lap of the race, a 59.283 in 7th position, as has Perry David, 59.628 in 8th position. Fuel load starting to burn off, tyres starting to work really, really nicely. As we watch the 77 come down into turn 5. It was a 10th slower on that last lap, just lost out in sector 3. Still trying to make it work. Our second place went through. Different lines going down past the support paddock. 6-speed gearbox in these SR3 Radicals. Frank Cush has come into the pits. Not sure what the issue is there. That's promoted Pascal Bachmann up into 15th position. Car 63 getting a warning for track limits. That's Jim Booth. Battle down here for the 19 and the 23. Julian Money and Iga Sorokin. This is the battle for 10th and 11th. 23 is Money. The 19 is Sorokin. There's Frank Cush in the pits, with the golf team having a look out of the car. So that's an unfortunate retirement before we get to half race distance for Fran. And this battle continues on. Julian Money and Iga Sorokin. As they make their way down towards turn 9. Running 10th and 11th on the road. A fully metallic paint job, really looking good underneath the lights here at the YAS Marina Circuit. And it looks like Iga just can't quite get that lap done. But I think it was Julian Money just decided, well, I need to put the foot down now. We're getting too close. And he is done that. And he was 4/10 of a lap quicker. The pit window is now open. 5-second penalty for car number 7, Yared Karim. We'll serve that under the pit windows. Yared Karim. Jack Karim, unfortunately, he's going to 45 seconds, going to extend out to 50. We see who's we don't not in the previous radical calendar. Here we go. Car number 19 up the inside of car 23 down into turn number 9. And the 19 is going to make that stick. Now, this could all be upset by how quickly they negotiate the pit lane. They have to stage stop for 45 seconds, except for those cars who are carrying penalties. And Iga Sorokin has gone up one position, up into P10. Julian Monty down into P11. Just keeping an eye on the pits to see if anybody else is going to come in at this time. Now, most of them have only just gone through the start-finish straight to see the pit window open sign on the start of the gantry across the start-finish straight. Yes, a 5-second penalty for number 7 running down there in a 14th position. And there we go. The pit boards have been hanging out now. As the 87 continues on, 3.1 seconds to the deficit of the leader in Aguilera is Jimmy Choo. And lapping around about 0.3 of a second slower on the last lap. And just a 10th in the first sector. So pit boards at the ready. See if Aguilera is going to come in. Only 45 seconds for our first 2 cars on the road. cancelled off. Our third place is going to have an extra 5 seconds. A couple of things with the Radical drivers, because they haven't been doing pit stops. They've got to watch the pit blend line on the entry and the exit of pit lane. They can't go over, especially the exit. They'll get a penalty for that. And they can't exceed the speed limit also in the pit lane. So a little bit of work to do with some of the drivers. Jimmy Chu now decides, I'm going to put my foot down, and does a 57.4, fastest lap of the race on lap number 10. Gets the gap back under 3 seconds, 2.936. Still got a fair bit of work to do. Both these cars have got the same pit stop time. Keeping an eye on the 23, Julian Monti, just losing that place to YAS Marina. And now we've got Joel Strider into the pits, YAS Marina into the pits. Both have the standard 45-second pit stops. And the running order is going to get a little bit changed until everybody has done their mandatory pit stop. Then we'll know where everybody is. Tyre pressures being adjusted, stopwatches. Tommy Erdos down there with the thumbs up. Tommy Erdos, Formula Le Mans winner, and expert driver coach for the golf racing team. As the number 8 comes into the pits, that's Pascal Bachmann. So we've got Joel Strider, YAS Marina, Jim Booth, Pascal Bachmann in the pits at the moment, all from the back end of the field, the over the top 10. There you can see who can get the quickest line. They can't. Driving in pit lane is very, very difficult, and getting these cars off the line is not the easiest thing. They do have a rolling start, but getting them off the line easily is not really that easy. Jahid Karim is going to do his 45 seconds. And we've got the leader into the pits. Car 27 into the pits. Just making way down pit lane now. See the TTR crew out there. That's Alex Batsantov just pulling in there at the moment. So we've got 1-3 into the pits. Jack Yang comes in from 7th position as well. 50 seconds for Batsantov. The 19 and the 99. Both on outlaps at the moment. And it's the 19 who's going to take the way down into that's YAS Marina. He's going to get that position. Moving up into 11th, Joel Strider in the other, and he runs way deep in there. And the 99 had to go off track to avoid him. You have to leave racing room. And it's Joel Strider in attack mode at the moment. In Aguilera on his outlap at the moment. And the 27 came in from race lead. There's the 23. That's Julian Monti. Saw him have a great battle with Joel Strider and YAS Marina. "45 seconds seems like an hour when you're sitting in there. So we've still got Julian Monti in the pits in the 23 car. Outlap for the 33, Jack Yang. Alim Geshev has moved up into 2nd position, taking that away from Buksantov. And Alim Geshev into the pits now. Let's see if he has any penalties. No, just standard 45 seconds for him. Now the pit window is going to close in about 1 minute 45 seconds. And we still have some cars that have not pitted. Usman Magal being one of them. As the battle continues on. Tyres cooled down a little bit in pit lane. There's a bit of a breeze coming down there at the moment. Usman Magal in the bright green card, number 21. There's the 23 behind him. But that's Julian Monty on an outlap at the moment, so has done the pit stop. Oh, he runs real deep down into turn 6. Didn't want that to happen. He's going to have to box this lap. Greg Gorski, Jimmy Chu, Perry David with the 60-second pit stop for him also come in. Ibi Hadid is in. Gorski and Chu leave the pits. This could really turn the race on its head. Wait till they've done a lap. The 99 and 8 also getting track limits warning. Pascal Buckman in the 8. 99 is Joel Strider, who's been having a lot of battles out there. And there we come into the pits. It's Usman Magal. Probably going to be the last car that needs to do the pits. And the 19 minutes clicks over right then. Did he make it in time? Wow. We're going to have to check on that one. Jared Karim is in the pits. He's going to have to add 5 seconds onto his time. 5-second penalty for car 23. Track limits. That's Julian Monty. That'll be added post-race. And a spin for the 19. That's Iga Sorokin. Gets it all back around again. I think that was at coming down into turn number 5. All there nice and side by side. The 19 gets run out of road there. You've got to leave racing room. And yeah, Ira on the dirty side of the track on the marbles. Just has a half lose. Points in the right direction. Engages first gear and makes that stick. I think the stewards will have a quick look at that one. Pit window is now closed. So Usman Magal did make it in time. Got 17 minutes and 50 seconds to go. We'll let Usman Magal come out of the pits and complete one lap, and then we'll get the standings where everybody is. And it looks like there's a few there, but they've all got to do their out lap as the positions are changing consistently at the moment. Just want to see where Jimmy Chu will come out in the mix. As Usman Magal leaves the pit, as does Perry David, Ibi Hadid and Jared Karim. And all the positions change around as they exit pit lane. Pit entry infringement for car number 87. That's Jimmy Chu under investigation. Now, did he cross the blend line on the entry to the pit? There may be a penalty imposed for that. Usman Magal on his 8th lap now in the 21 car. But that will redress when he comes across the line the next time around. Jared Karim now on his out lap as well, adding that extra 5 seconds to his 45-second pit stop. Incident at turn 5 between the battle we saw going down there is under investigation at the moment. And that was Iga Sorokin having that half spin. Going to have a quick look at that. 27 is currently our race leader, pending the completion of an outlap. Lim Geshev does his quickest lap of 57.931. And there we have it. Ian Aguilera goes into the lead, 9 seconds ahead of Alim Geshev. Alex Basantov is up into third, and Jimmy Chu was the big loser out of the pit stops. A drop back down into 5th position, 24 seconds behind the race leader. And he is under investigation for that pit entry infringement. Did he have a moment coming into the pits that we didn't pick up? Not sure, but everything is being looked at the moment. Usman Magal comes out in 6th position. Number 63 now getting a track limits infringement as well. Jim Booth, 5-second penalty for him. Pit window is closed. And we're still looking at that incident at turn 5 as well. That has been noted by the stewards. So 27 leading the way, Ian Aguilera from Alim Geshev in the 77. Alex Buksantov in 3rd place. Jimmy Chu in 4th. Greg Gorski in 5th. Osman Magal 6th. Jack Yang in 7th. Perry David 8th. Joel Strider in 9th. Ibian Did in 10th. Iga Sorokin in 11th. Julian Money in 12th. Jim Booth 13th. Patha Backman 14th. Jad Karim in 15th. And Frank Kota unfortunately retired earlier on in the race before half race distance. Where are the battles at the moment? Well, it's all behind Perry David in 8th position. Joel Strider, Ibi Hadid, Iga Sorokin. A great battle there going on for 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Car 69, 99 and 22. All battling away. We have just over 13.5 minutes to go in this race number 3 for round 4 of the Golf Radical Cup here at the YAS Marina Circuit. This is round 4 of 7. And they'll be next racing up at the Dubai Autodrome. I'll give you all the details of that at the end of this race. As we're following Perry David around at the moment, and he has got Joel Strider right behind him. As they come down towards turn 1. Perry David in the 99, Joel Strider, Perry David in 69, Joel Strider in the 99. It's got the unique front roll cage, almost like a halo on this car. It's an optional extra for the Radical. Iga Sorokin and Ibi Hadid have also swapped places, and that's Iga up into 10th, Ibi down to 11th. Still very close racing between those two. Joel Strider still trying to make a move up on the back of that. And a 5-second penalty for 63 track limits, 69 and 19 under investigation. And that was for that incident down at turn number 5. So a few things going on in race control, which means we'll be bringing you the provisional results. As there might be a few drivers that have to go and visit the stewards after the race. Our leader has gone through, and a comfortable lead at the moment, around about 10 seconds over Alim Geshev, and a gap back to Alex Bukanstov, 8.2 seconds as he comes through, 2.2 back to Jimmy Chu in 4th position. Greg Gorski should be coming across the line next, as he does, 6.7 seconds behind Chu. Then Usman Magal, our dual sprint race winner, is around about 4.9 seconds behind Gorski, but 32 seconds behind the race leader. Jack Yang goes through in 7th, 6-second gap from him to Usman Magal. Just waiting for Perry David and Joel Strider to come through. Battle going on between those two. Down the start-finish straight. 69 and 99, 1.2 seconds there, the difference at the moment. So Perry David's just eked out a little bit of time. Joel Strider did his fastest 3rd sector of the race, 43.432. Greg Gorski's just done his fast 1st sector of the race, 24.808. Currently running in 5th position. Cars 7 and 69, both getting 5-second penalties for track limits. That's Jahad Karim and Perry David. And Perry's having that battle at the moment. That's going to promote Joel Strider up. And even Igor Sorokin could benefit from that, as he's around about 6 seconds behind Perry David. So Perry's going to have to put his foot down if he wants to extend away and hold on to that 8th position, because he could drop down into 10th position. Car number 21 under investigation for a pit stop irregularity, and that is Usman Magal. Now, he came very late into the pits. Just need to wait and see. We don't know what the irregularity is. But the stewards are looking at that. Very busy stewards room after this race. The final race here to wrap up the YAS Racing Series round down here at the YAS Marina Circuit. A fantastic weekend of motorsport. More motorsport coming your way at YAS next weekend. We have the Porsche Cup Middle East, Porsche Carrera Cup for their races. And up in Dubai will be the Hankook 24 Hours of Dubai next weekend, with the support of the Renault Clio Cups cars. Yellow flag at turn 12 at the moment. That's coming into the hotel, the right-hander. And is that car 99? Joel Strider having a moment there. He's dropped down the leaderboard. And he hasn't come through the start-finish line, so he is losing places to Igor Sorokin, Ibi Hadid, Julian Monty have all gone past him. We've got green flags on the exit of that. He hasn't come through the start-finish line at this time. Just under 8.5 minutes to go. In Aguilera, 11 seconds clear of Alim Geshev. Oh, we're gone safety car with 8 minutes to go. Safety car with 8 minutes to go. And that's for Joel Strider. He is somewhere near turn 12. We don't have a camera right there, but he is in a position where the race director wasn't happy with it and has decided to pull the safety car out. Now, this is going to compact the field up, and we've got 7:40 to go on the clock. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting indeed. The safety car now picking up the field down at turn number 9. But Joel Strider is one of the only car that has not come through at the moment, the number 99 car. So that is what we think is the issue at turn number 12. Jack Yang has come into the pits. Was in P7, not sure what that pit stop is for. But Yang into the pits. And that leads Perry David, Igor Sorokin, and Julian Monty to go past. As the Camaro safety cars had a lot of work this weekend. Hope they've kept the field. Oh, yeah, an unfortunate retirement for the 33, Jack Yang. That's one of the Valor racing cars. Won't be taking any more part in this one. All that with 6 minutes to go. It's comfortably up in P7 as well. At a 10-second gap over Perry David. So we're just waiting for the track staff who've had an incredible, and our intervention staff who've had an incredibly busy weekend this weekend with the lots of series there. There is the 99 car. That is Joel Strider. All the wheels are rotating which means they can push that behind the barrier. We just had to get safety car out there so that we could get the crew out onto the track. And it looks like he's got out of the car. And the crew doing a great job of getting that behind the barrier, which means we should be able to go a green flag pretty quickly from that one. And that was right down there at the 12. So they've pushed it down and got it behind the barrier. So it happened obviously at somewhere around between turn 12 and 13. And they decided just to push it down there. It was closest. Get back racing as soon as we can. No overtaking under safety car. Can't make up any positions. We wait for the field to come around over the start-finish line. So we get all of the positions now that Joel has come out of the race, as well as the number 33, Jack Yang, unfortunately retiring. 4.5 minutes approximately on the clock. Unlike the Formula Regional Middle East, that 87's got some damage on it. Jimmy Chu's car has got some damage on the front left of the wing. The splitter seems to be hanging down. It's the yellow car, and that splitter just seems to be hanging down a little bit on that side. I thought it hit the, was touching the ground. And we'll get all the positional changes as they come across the start-finish line. .354 to go. Boy, are we going to have another one lap? Now the safety car has waved cars past so they can pick up the race leader. So that means that we may be going green at the end of this lap. But the safety car is going to have to do the necessary due to the fact we've only got 3.5 minutes to go. So picking up the pace to get the one lap dash to the flag is going to be very interesting indeed. Everybody knows to tail at the moment. I'm unsure whether we had some lapperage in there as well, because Jack Yang was doing very, very well, and he may have lapped some of the slower cars, which means he's only dropped down into P10 at the moment. He may lose that on the next lap through, which we probably will be the final lap. We've got 2 minutes 46 to go, and they're on the main straight, heading down to turn 5 and 6. There's the 22. That is Ibi Hadid off the track as well. Boy, they're dropping like flies at the end of this radical race. So they've got that car out. I think that was at turn 4, because that the safety car was for 2 cars, but we didn't pick up that Ibi Hadid had stopped as well, because the timing system only updates as they come across the line. So at the moment, Ibi Hadid, Joel Strider and Fran Kush not taking any further part in that. 13 cars left. We have 2 minutes to go. Safety car bringing them up towards the hotel now. Just wait. Lights are out on the safety car. Lights are out on the safety car. We've got 1 minute 50 seconds to go, so they'll get past the start finish line and we'll be on the final lap of round 4, race 3 of the 23-24 season for the Golf Radical Cup, and it's a 1 lap dash. Who's got anything left in their tyres? This is going to get really exciting, folks. Down to turn 1. What can 16-year-old Ian Aguilera do to keep Alim Geshev at bay behind him? So all of the pit stop timings and everything didn't make any difference. Everybody's closed up now under safety car. Getting the tyres up to temperature now. They're going to cross the line with about a minute to go. And the last lap dash is underway. It's 27 from 77. 1 and 4 as they come down into turn 1. A move behind there. That's the 24 making up a position. That's Greg Gorski. But we have some cars that are a lap down at the moment, so it's not really showing. Really, the top 9 are on the lead lap. And here we go, Buksantov down the inside, under brakes into turn 5 on the 77. That's second position for Buksantov, but he didn't get the drive out of the corner. And Alim Geshev is coming back at him. Jimmy Chu's just saying, come on, boys, fight. The number 27, Ian Aguilera, got a blinder of a start. It's Buksantov on the inside. The 77 of Geshev on the outside. Is he going to run deep? Tyres are a little bit cold after the safety car. He's got it down. Now he's got to get on the power. Next overtaking manoeuvre is going to happen up towards turn number 9. They're going to slipstream it. Buksantov in front of Geshev at the moment. Jimmy Chu behind them. Aguilera's got about 7/10 of a second. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, he's got this in the bag. Oh, big lock up there for the 77. Tank slapper. He's going to lose that position as well. He's going to go. Jimmy Chu goes through. Big tank slapper there on cold tyres for the 77 and drops down off the podium. Wow. Cold tyres and a little bit too much pace into turn 9 as we come onto the hotel for the final time. The clock has clicked to 0. I don't think anybody else has got anything in the bag. The gaps are a little bit too big. They've only got one corner to negotiate. Turn number 16. There's the checkered flag, and it's Ian Aguilera who takes the win from Alex Buksantov. Jimmy Chu in 3rd. Alim Geshev in 4th, Greg Gorski in 5th, Usman Magal in 6th, Perry David in 7th, Igor Sorokin in 8th, Julian Moni in 9th. Jim Booth should finish in 10th position, Pascal Bachmann in 11th because they're a lap down, Jared Karim in 12th, and unfortunately Jack Yang finished in the pits. 4-car not finishing the race, Jack Yang, Ibi Hadid, Joel Strider and Fran Kush. But there's our winner, 16-year-old Ian Aguilera. Really, really polished racing from the young man. Let's have a look at a replay of this. And this is where it all goes wrong for the 77. Locks the rear brake up, and you can see him soaring away at the wheel. And if it had windscreen wipers, he would have turned them on. And loses that position. Wow, we're waiting for our 10th place car, Jim Booth, to come through. A little bit of work for the stewards to do after this race. And there is the 63, Jim Booth, coming and finishing in the top 10. Pascal Bachmann in 11th, a lap down, and Jared Karim just 2 seconds behind him after a frantic last lap dash in this race number 3 and the last race of the weekend here at the YAS Marina Circuit. And a great drive by our radical drivers in 4 different incarnations of the SR3 Radical, putting on a great show under the lights here at the YAS Marina Circuit as the 27 comes in and going to park underneath and into the Parc Ferme area. And a very happy TT Racing team will be ready to welcome him. Chat with Craig Thompson, the boss of TT Racing, during the break, and he said these 2 young drivers on the front row are something else. And there he is, Ian Aguilera, the winner of race number 3. Had to battle for it, didn't come easy, but he made that work very, very well. Alex Buksantov into 2nd position with the number 1 on his car. It's going to be Jimmy Chu coming up into 3rd position. And that is a top 3 for TTR. Not a bad effort from the Dubai-based company. And Jimmy Chu And they're all congratulating each other. They had some fun out there. Great camaraderie between the Radical drivers. They'll be discussing this one for a little while, doing the race debrief. Lots of congratulations going on down there. Yeah, these young drivers. Yep, let's have a look at the results. Provisional only, of course, as they cross the line after the 45-minute mini Enduro. It was Ian Aguilera from TT Racing taking the win from Alex Bukantov in second position, Jimmy Chu in third, Alim Geshev in fourth, Greg Gorski in fifth. Usman Magal had 2 race wins and a 6 for the weekend in sixth position. Perry David in seventh, Igor Sorokin in eighth position. Ninth, Julian Moni. 10th is Jim Booth. Pascal Buckman in 11th. And Jared Kareem was our last running car on the circuit. Retirements for the 33 of Jack Yang. Ibi Hadid in the 22. Joel Strider in the 99. And the 55 of Fran Kush not making it to the checkered flag this weekend. But another cracking Radical race as we have become used to. Let's have a look at the highlights for race number 3 of round 4 of the Radical Golf Radical Cup. Fantastic racing. We're getting ready for the podium ceremony very, very shortly. Just wait for the drivers to have a quick drink and a little bit of a chat about what happened out there. What a fantastic weekend of Radical racing. Well done to the team at Golf Sport who run this championship. I think a lot of work to do to make it all work and keep all of the drivers happy. Thank you to all of the teams that participate in this championship. Lots of different models of cars, but the balance of performance and the reliability on the Radicals, especially on these new, the new XXR fly-by-wire cars. Radical continue to evolve their standing. Chat's still going on down there in Parc Ferme. Yeah, Radical Racing was started here by Golf Sport back in around about 2006. It's one of the longest running series, the single make series here in the UAE. And the fields have evolved up and over the time. We've been running different, we've had Pro Sport radicals and various other marks, but the SR3 seems to be the one that all the drivers like. You can pick left-hand drive, right-hand drive, or centre position. As Ian makes his way up to the podium. Using the brand new podium here this weekend at the YAS Marina Circuit, built for Formula One. And a big thank you to all of the staff here at the YAS Marina Circuit. You've had a very, very long weekend. While we've got this a little bit of time, thank you to all of our marshals and officials. You've done a brilliant job. You've had 2 very, very long days. Without you, motorsport doesn't happen. And it's a great thank you to you all for your efforts this weekend. That goes to all of the recovery vehicles, our safety car drivers, stewards, officials in race control. All of them are needed to make this entertaining sport happen. And we cannot thank you enough for all of your efforts this weekend. You've had 5 racing series here. It's probably the most we've ever had. And you have all done an exemplary job. So a tip of the hat from the commentary box and from all of our commentators this weekend. A great, great job to you all, and thank you. Thank you very, very much for allowing us to enjoy motorsport here at the YAS Marina Circuit. Just getting the drivers up into the green room so they can refresh themselves before heading out onto the podium. They always want to have a chat. It's motorsport. It's discussing the race, doing the debrief with your competitors is a lot of fun for motorsport. And that wraps up the podium presentation. Let's have a look what's coming up next for the Golf Radical Cup, round number 5, race 13 to 15. And it's the February 16th to 18th, Friday to Sunday, up at the Dubai Autodrome. And that wraps it up for racing here at YAS Marina Circuit this weekend. I hope you've enjoyed coverage of all of the events. My thanks go to 0221, our broadcaster here, for supporting all of the events. And from me, Phil Anson, it's goodbye for YAS Marina Circuit.